Hello again and welcome. You go to war with the army you have, not the audio settings you wish you had. I'm Asmo Daniker. This is what we got. And this is Legends of the Old Kingdom. Um, we're Heathen Cantina, and we're an amateur production with a lot of heart. We got professional heart. But our audio capabilities are having a moment. That being said, I'll turn it over to my cast and crew, because they're fantastic, but you already knew. We're going to start with Teller, who's cosplaying Columbo. And say who you are.
Gotta call me out. I needed a jacket. It was right there. I'm Arthur. I'm playing Teller, our resident bard. Uh, we are still in the city of Roctor, having recently uh, freed it from the attempts of the devils to make it into New Stygia, the frozen hell. And we are trying to run down a little lead we got from a person who's connected to the human contact that this is getting complicated, that the devils used to take over. And one of the council members had a sister, got a little problems. We all know that guy. But there remains a chest in his home with a quote unquote demon that had been summoned to guard it. And I believe we're going to go investigate that today, uh, hopefully. But we do still have business in the capital, and Proctor doesn't necessarily seem to like us being here very much. So need to maybe move on pretty soon, but we'll see what we can see. With that, I will pass it over to Eldine, Miss Sandy Pants.
Howdy, y'all. I am Sandy Pants. I'll be portraying Eldine, our Goblin Hexblade Warlock. Um, yeah, seems to be some demons and devils trying to bring the lower orders up here to the good city of Roctor, which we are not a big fan of. However, they do seem to know Eldine's name, and they do seem to think she's got designs on a certain throne. So Eldine is certainly suppressing all of that and pretending none of that exists while we try to move forth and meet with the Witch Queen and continue the adventures of the Underworld for regulars. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to Azadam.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Azadam, and I'm playing Flix Dazzledove, the Order of the Scribes Wizard. Very excited to be playing again tonight. I'm curious to see where things will go with the lead that Teller mentioned earlier. You know, they say the devil you know is better than the one you don't, so does the same apply to demons? I guess we'll find out. And following up, how about Empty Pockets?
Hi, y'all. I'm Kelton. Playing Empty Pockets, our resident assassin slash grave domain cleric, so I can kill you and then gently send you on your way. And I think Empty is just excited to not be in public anymore. So dungeon delving sounds good to him, and he smokes things and he kills things. And Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick, or Unichronic, or Uni or Chronic, or whatever you want to call me. I'm playing Merkala, the party's Drake Warden Ranger. Um, after a less than warm welcome to Roctor, we are going to clear out this family's basement of demons, apparently, and see if we can find some more clues to this whole fiendish Stygian plot. I'm excited to see where it goes. We just hit 8th level. I picked up mounted combat, and that should be real fun. Let's throw it back to DM.
I don't know that you can bring a horse into the basement, but I applaud your
I can
efforts.
bring a medium-sized dragon creature, though.
You can. And there will be, at some point, I promise, an opportunity for you to use mounted combat. And I don't mean like just one encounter. I mean, we will make sure you get a chance to ride your wild hopefully this helps with the audio. I know it's still going to be hot garbage for a bit. I can see that it is. I have a visual indicator, but not one that tells me what's wrong. Thanks for handing out the subs. It's awesome, Gers. Appreciate that. We open with you in a comfortable 3-story manor house. It seems that this is a neighborhood of town that has numerous small-sized city blocks that make up these estates. Some of them have been converted into apartments, with the fenced-in area being small neighborhood farms and, well, let's be honest, in some cases, cages for children. I mean, yards with gymnasium equipment and riding drakes on springs.
I mean, a cage implies there's a ceiling mesh. Otherwise, it's just a fenced pen. That's just a fenced pen for the youngins.
It looks rather cage-like in some places as you walk through the neighborhood, but Omlarin tells you, I've sent all the staff away with 2 days' pay and given them the time off. Some of them were close to my sister, and I had the cover of just wanting to be alone in the house. I don't know if they knew what she brought back. But I am glad that you have agreed to help me with this dreadful family secret. I've not been down there in a few years. It's a storeroom, and there's a secret chamber off the stairwell. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you. It may remind you of a crypt or a tomb, but none of the family are interred there. So there's that. Gods be good. I'll see you soon. And he opens the 3 separate keys are turned to open the 3 deadbolt locks on the door to the basement. I think it's time to go to the map. Tell me what you do, and tell me in character what you do as you make your way down a staircase into the dark cool of the earth.
I mean, Empty on all fours, kind of up against a corner wherever it's darkest, creeps his way down the staircase ahead of people to scope it out. Empty being empty, hopefully they notice.
Who's following Empty?
How tall is this basement?
The stairwell down into it has a rather low ceiling, no higher than 7 feet, but the ceiling of the chamber you're going into looks to be at least 10, maybe 12 feet.
Okay. Felix will probably follow shortly after, but keeping a slightly more aerial view of things. And out of an abundance of precaution, he would have his etheric tome summoned and emitting light nearby.
Okay, we almost have a marching order. A couple more, we'll have a bingo.
I didn't want to follow up Empty sneaking since I'm wearing half plate.
Eldine can follow up. I think Eldine's coming along before the martial part of the plan, martial part of the order.
Is it a martial plan?
No,
Rebuild
no.
Proctor after the destruction?
No. Well, maybe we'll see.
Plan?
It,
What
it
game
came
is
out
this?
my face, and I corrected too late. It came out of my face, and I realized no.
I couldn't help
I know. I subconsciously did it, so yeah, I empathize. But yeah, Eldine's following along, with a long sword drawn.
And Teller will follow on TLT.
Merkala and Dusk will follow behind. Keep the rear safe.
I do have another question. Have we rested since our battle against the uh, undead warlock?
Ooh. I think there was the long rest the
Yes, you
DM just
did.
dropped on
Yeah,
us.
go ahead. You're all, and you were taking care of.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
From-
valid
from a
question
hit-
for Flex to ask.
It
Now
is.
that
It
I look
is.
at the
Lovely little
combat
spell
tracker
slots.
and the hit points, yeah.
All right. I was just dragging over happy tokens, tokens of happiness, and now I'll go ahead and share out the map with y'all. I'm going to show the people watching it.
We love the map.
So you enter a tiled, finished basement. There's not the usual basement smell in this chamber. There are numerous candle sconces on the wall with reflecting plates behind them of polished brass. There are some chests. There are what look to be bird cages, chicken cages, maybe goose cages. There's no birds currently in them. There is, however, some matted straw in the bottom ones, so they have been used before. There are numerous chests, and like I said, a slight funkiness in the air, but it doesn't smell like mildew so much as it smells like kind of like a cheese.
Were the candles lit when we came down here?
As you came down the stairs, it does seem like one of them sparked, smoked, and then flared to life.
Hmm.
It is not a light spell.
They don't like that.
Could still be a conjuration or evocation effect, but it's definitely a lit candle. There appear to be two doors out of here of similar, I mean, I'd say identical, but the wood grain will show you they're not identical doors, but there do appear to be two doors out of this chamber to the east. I'm going to go ahead and throw some perception at y'all.
The chests are the images there, sort of underneath where Dusk's token is resting.
No, Dusk
Question
hopped off the stairs onto the crates, not chests, crates.
And where are the chests? I don't see them.
There are no chests. I misdescribed. Ever so
Oh.
sorry.
Okay.
I
Is
don't
that
know
in
if
the
this
next
will-
room?
And cages. Crates and
I don't know if
cages.
this will change
Great.
this perception check because it looks fairly open, but as soon as Merkala can, she's gonna walk up the wall and onto the ceiling to get a different perspective of the situation.
Okay. Well, what a feeling. Merkala's on the ceiling. So I'm just going to turn your token upside down.
That's great. She's just hanging upside down with her
Hey.
Dampier powers.
Hanging out with Flex up on the ceiling.
I imagine it could get awkward. They'd have to like adjust their height so that they're not like turning to speak to crotch. And as you roll these, so I can mute a little more, be sure and call out what you roll, what the total is, and all that jazz. For those that just listened. I'm going to make it open because it may as well be. In this case. There we go. And most common check I think you make in this game is perception.
All right. So Flex got a 14.
Teller with a big 11.
Makala, I used an inspiration to have advantage on this check, and I rolled an 8 or a 16.
Is that what that was? I was
Yeah.
wondering.
Hmm.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
And empty pockets with 19 on the die for 27. We do love having you around, my stealthy friend.
that is fabulous how you do that.
That's exactly what I'm here for. That's why I went first.
So, Empty, as you crept down the stairs, you saw the candle flicker and immediately took shadow in the light it was about to give. You didn't outrun the light. You just got into the hollow space where the bird crates, the bird cages, would
And
obscure
Empty
you.
says, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
As it lights, you still see that there's some vapor in the air. And Mirkala, from the ceiling, you see what appears to be a little seam on part of the wall between the doors. And Empty, you see that vapor immediately dive and skirt under the wall where it meets the floor. So there's this
Right.
slightly embellished molding, not mold, but
Molding.
molding around the door,
Brim.
and there's a gap under a portion of it to the east. So you have
The vapor lives.
perfectly good
Secret tunnel.
two perfectly good doors and a mysterious gap in the door followed by a seam.
Wow. What's hand signal for mysterious vapor that is alive going under the door? Watch out.
Pointy, I think.
Mhm. Okay, so the vapor went under. Well, which door did it go under?
Not
It
under a
didn't.
door,
it went
right?
Under a
The
gap
wall.
in the
Under
wall
a wall.
between the doors.
Oh, the gap in the wall is between the doors. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Secret door.
At the mention of
So-
spooky vapor, Makala stops breathing.
Well, I haven't. I'm gonna move. Well, that sucks. Right underneath Makala. That's annoying. Put me wherever you want. So I'm pretty close to Makala and Teller. Kind of want to do a performance check. Empty's going to mime, like, run his fingers through. There's still some vapor in the air, right? Yeah, he's gonna run his fingers through some and give off, spooky vibes and and point at where it went and silently attempt to indicate that the vapor is moving.
Okay.
So you're pretty sure you found some sort of mechanism or false door, secret panel, something like that.
Didn't it seem like, like it's just getting sucked out?
It was
I thought it came from a layer and then went
No.
down.
And as you approach Eldine, you're not sure that you caused this, but the light flickers out.
I think Flix is going to try using prestidigitation to just light all the candles in the room.
So as you approach that, Eldine, the candle flickers out, and if you've ever blown out a paraffin candle, it leaves this vapor. It looks like this candle lights and illuminates and then puts itself out and repeats this process. That's what's putting the vapor in the air that you noticed. It's that waxy smell. Part of it's cheese, maybe stored nearby, part of it's the candle. But it's also going under the gap in the door. And Flix, you see this, realize that it's cyclical, and go, I can do one better. You motion to the wick, and then all the candles in the room light up.
Funny you should mention cheese. I was just about to say Teller's going to go over and give these crates a sniff.
There is a faint cheesy smell in there.
Eldine's going to investigate the space betwixt the walls.
One of the
Or betwixt the door, rather. The wall between the doors. I love that none of us know the difference between a wall and a door tonight.
What
That's okay. I didn't know the difference between a crate and a
was
chest.
dolls?
Welcome to Crate Bear.
Y'all got coupons?
Please mind the stock.
I searched the crates for coupons.
No, you just find you could probably use the straw to get a hay.
They're all expired.
They all expired yesterday. It was a 2-for-1 drink special at Mandrake's. This coupon came a long way. So, Eldine, you notice that the light fixture can be toggled, and upon the slightest give to it, a door pops open, and the panel slides in.
That wasn't Kronk. Eldine didn't say shit about pulling a lever.
It's a recurring theme. I stand by it.
Classic spooky shit.
If some comes out and stabs somebody, that was not me. But I will go down that hallway.
The corridor beyond the door appears to be of different tile. The tile here is some sort of rutilated black marble.
I mean,
Are we investigating the secret passage before we investigate the trunk, chest,
Who can
whatever?
resist a secret passage?
Yes, definitely the secret passage first.
Empty was going to dive into this secret passage secretly.
But Flix already flew in ahead of you.
There's a certain
Eldine just was like kind of looking and thought she saw a little shimmer on the thing and barely bumped it, and it's like and you just
So, Flix, as you enter this chamber, you notice that there is a 10-foot area of black marble, and then the squares alternate between 5-foot squares of white marble and a mosaic pattern that is both black and silvered.
Hmm.
And it is just a moment before the wall to the north, that is also of a different stone than the storage chamber you were in, begins to scintillate with some iridescence, and you see words spelled out, glyphs that form letters, and a message is revealing itself.
I'm a nerd. I love to read.
Can't get enough of that. Forbidden knowledge. Love it when it's on the wall. It says,
and book week, yo.
travel as the sailors do beneath a moonless sky.
So, following the stars?
I'm
There,
guessing no lamps
there-
or lights in here. Someone with dark vision.
Which, I do question, is there like a dark effect, or is there just no light in
there's
the
just
room?
no light and no place to attach torches, so no sconces, none of that here.
Shout out the chat with good advice. Get
Because-
hammered and stagger down the hallway.
Because my little tome does emit a dim light, but it is dim, so it wouldn't make that much of a difference.
The pattern of the silver engraving on the darker tiles, those are star shapes.
Hmm.
And I gave you inspiration for saying navigate by the stars.
Do you have to step on them? Because I don't know if I should come down onto the floor. I probably should.
I'm going to leave that up to you, but I am strongly encouraging you to do something to this corridor. Tell me what y'all do, because y'all walk us through this.
Can Empty read it? He's in there too.
Flix would have read it out loud, I think.
Ah,
And he would have said what I said out loud too, navigating by the stars.
mm-hmm. I think Empty will take a brief moment to smoke some Sylphane.
Because you ran out of vapor, you better get that vapor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
And
vapor, get that paper.
he'll probably just start crawling along the black tiles. Gigantic.
Show me your
Uh,
path.
Well, we'll just get to the corner and check out the first star. I want to make sure it's not a trap.
You
Do the rogue thing.
You step on that
Oh,
square.
it's
I am
definitely a trap.
searching for traps. That's the whole thing that I'm doing.
It is cold, but it is not unnaturally cold. It's just cold stone that hasn't
Mhm.
seen any warmth. What is your next step?
And I say to the party, I think it's like an adult game of Connect 4, or it's the one where you drop. It's not checkers, the one where you drop them down.
Since
Yeah,
when is
Connect
that
4.
an adult game?
Well,
Adult
this
game
is
of
the
Connect
adult
4.
game.
Okay.
In the adult game of Connect 4, you
Yeah,
die
that's a
if
whole different
you
thing.
step on the wrong thing. Yeah. And also, you got to get wasted first.
And you don't want to step on the wrong thing in the dark. It's tank
Oh, you don't.
elbows and
Right.
stuff.
No, that's Twister you're thinking of, but also true for Adult Connect 4.
So, Flix, are you taking care to fly over that path as well?
He is going to, out of a feeling that whatever mechanism or spell trigger could possibly be in effect, he's going to take the moment to touch down on each tile as he passes over it. But since he's tiny and probably can't hop, he would be like hovering from tile to tile.
I will say that, like, Empty attempted to give Flix a look without saying anything because he's who he is. Like, I'm going to risk jumping on these tiles because you can just fly over them. He's like, I will take the.
Yeah,
I will
if they're
take the
guaranteed
risk.
safe
So
after
he's already
Empty
doing it.
touches them, then Flix will follow behind.
So, do you step over the door from the ceiling?
If I can,
Yeah, you can.
what's the ceiling look like? Is it just black tiles or just white tiles?
So the ceiling in here is just black tiles
Okay.
beneath a moonless sky. Now, Empty, as you walk on these, there's a different density in different parts of the pattern. And it does feel like it could conceal mechanisms, multiple mechanisms.
Okay. Which parts of the pattern? The black parts, the white parts,
The star,
all of
the
it?
star
Or-
themselves. The star appears
The star-
to be, it's not
okay.
a tile, it may be a column embedded in a concealed shaft within the tile.
Hmm.
Do you want to hit that with a investigation or perception?
Yeah. Perception, if I can.
Sure.
And we don't hear anything or see anything in here, so
Well, that's why I was asking which one you wanted to use, because one will tell
Yeah,
you more about the
I'll-
mechanism, and one is more of a blanket goodness.
I'm gonna use perception and kind of whisper to Flix behind me, you know, it's still something.
Asmo, Merkala's gonna walk down to the wall onto the floor. And I'm going to. I know that obviously my companions may have swept up, but I'm going to use survival to see if it looks like they've been. If there's any signs that they've been crossed recently. Barring my companions.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And I rolled a 3 for an 11. Wow.
You don't hear anything, and the mechanism you seem to have already sorted it. The next step, you notice this pattern's a little different, but not dramatically so. It's just the construction's a little different, perhaps a different mechanism. So Empty, you've already sussed out that it's more than one mechanism. In fact, it seems to alternate one type, a different type, one type, a different type.
Got
and
it.
Mirkala,
I got Flex know that.
as you put back down to the ground, you start to look for marks, drag marks. You know, the story is my cousin the warlock. She came down here with a big old chest full of who knows what, and she had some company.
Sounds real different when you tell it like that.
Yeah, it's not like that.
No, and she started asking for us to install these poles into the ceiling and stuff. I don't know what's going on down here.
No, the poles are.
Yeah. And then she ordered like 500 swords. I don't know what those were for.
I was just about to send you one with a DC of 15, but you think you see some footprints on the dark marble, but not on the white marble. So somebody knew how to walk this, and it seems like Empty is doing it the proper way. Anybody else going in there?
Teller would like to cast a little detect magic.
All right. So, detect magic. You notice there is there's some sort of glamour on the southwestern candle to relight it, and there's some sort of magic glowing inside the hallway of the transmutation sword. The letters that light up are reacting to something. Like what triggered them lighting up. If you get a little closer, you can probably tell it a little bit more, because you can't really see it from where you're standing. I'm not trying to lure you all into the corridor of death for no reason.
Eldine is going to walk into the corridor of death,
Okay.
just into that first the solid black bit. And then Eldine would very much like an Arcana check that she's going to roll right now and see if maybe, well, not for that. Eldine's going to burn. Let's see, do I have luck to burn? I do.
Got luck to burn.
Well, if not, I got inspiration, but you know. See if maybe she knows a little bit of something about this, or if her patron has concerns. Eldine communicates that to the team. The dead don't get this message, y'all. This just for us breathers. Well, and you, Merkala.
Telephone game.
That's the thing I keep coming back to is the other two passages. Yeah, that's not Eldine. That's Sandy.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's why I'm gonna stay towards the rear, I think.
I feel like Eldine and Dusk both maybe have that lizard brain sense. So like, maybe let's not rush here. Maybe we're splitting the party, but maybe we're just hedging our bets.
Oh wow.
As you stand on this one, it has the slightest wobble in the top of the probably not enough to throw you off the path. Let's see. I'm talking about
Hmm. Ugh. I say that now. I take it what you'll do. Can I? Well, are there any signs of recent or current inhabitants? This is okay. So you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna throw up Eyes of the Grave.
What's
Just
give you
in
exactly?
case. I can sense the presence of undead within 60 feet.
So you reach out into the space between breaths. And nothing. There are no undead within 60 feet of you. Certainly not down
What
this
is that?
corridor. This corridor does appear to end in what looks like a large door that turns back into the interior space. So at the end of the corridor is a door on the leftmost wall in that corner. And again, stepping on this
So
one,
it's
no wobble in the mechanism.
I let so we can daisy chain it, telephone game it down the line. I let Flix know about the wobble on that corner one.
Flix decides to try a different tactic and flies over the one into the
Smart.
corner. And I'm going to give the two of you, and just the two of you, another perception check. This time, see if I can make it all hidey.
Ooh, hidden.
Concealed. So the audience will know what you rolled, but you as players won't see it unless you watch the stream. You don't see anything down this corridor though, and so far it seems to be the right tactic to stay on the dark tiles, stepping from one to the next and not touching the white. The white panels appear to be just single pieces of marble with grooves carved into them, whereas the black ones are multiple pieces of black marble with a mechanism in their center. Y'all with me? Okay.
Yes.
Keep on trucking because you're doing great. Is everybody having a good time? Sorry the audio is still bad on my end, guys. I'll sort it out between the streams when I can plug and unplug.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Unless I think of a reason not to.
Yeah, Flix, you're pretty sure you're not having any interaction with them at all.
Too light.
They're not triggering. You don't even feel the wobble. Well, the wobble's only on the one, but it's like, even as are you landing on them temporarily just to...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can tell that it's two different types of mechanisms. You've seen the pattern repeat enough now, but you're not interacting with it. However, you are also not stepping on the white tiles. What about the rest of the party? Y'all want to get in there and zoom zigzag? No.
Yeah,
Nope.
Merkala walks
No,
back
sir.
up onto the
Not at all.
We can daisy chain ourselves out, but a couple of us
And-
should stay here.
She calls to Dusk in
Eldine
Draconic.
and Dusk are having scritches. Eldine's gonna try to get Dusk to stay here with scritches.
Okay. If she sees that, I think she'll be okay with it. Actually, and I'm just gonna walk right across the ceiling.
Okay. So you walk across the ceiling. Show me the path, if you wouldn't mind.
I actually feel like when they said that there could be columns in these blocks, that means that's like a instant. If something goes wrong, it could be an instant pulverize my brain from the floor up. You know what I mean? So she is going to walk over the whites.
I like it. I love it.
It seems to be working for you for the first 5 feet. Teller, you also read the words, travel as the sailors would, beneath a moonless sky.
Look, Merkala might not know magic enough to know where she truly stands on the living and dead scale, so she's just gonna take a different path.
Now, if you waited long enough for it all to reset and then go in there and be like, do I trigger the words? No? Oh, now I don't know how to feel about that. But I like your tactics so far.
Yeah, split the difference, walk the ceiling. I like it.
And she'll call back to Dusk and Draconic. When you come, stick to the black squares. He has an intelligence of 8, and he can understand Draconic, so I feel like he might be able to figure it out.
Let's hope so.
Can I get a history check
Sure.
on these words on the wall? Is this a reference to anything?
Oh, what's that?
silent. What was it?
Yeah. So,
It's a super
Did-
secret, screw
Did
you.
I
is what
just
that
hit a
is.
totally silent net 20? Is that what I just did?
yeah. I'll tell you what you know. It's an excerpt from a poem. Or more of a piece of a poem made grammatically accurate. The excerpt is, and in those times we were forced to navigate as the sailors did beneath moonless skies. On and on we trod, searching for horizons that never came. And it's
That's dark.
by Zoran.
Who's Zoran?
It's a,
Oh, it's by Zoran.
yeah.
Gotcha.
It's Dampier literature or vampire literature.
Y'all
Yeah.
some dark bitches.
I suppose I have history. Can I roll one to see if Merkala recognizes it?
You can. You can. I'll
I feel
send
like-
it to you.
Teller would say that as he reads it and it starts to click into his mind, he will then finish the quotation.
So you finish the quotation, and as you look at these mechanisms, you recognize them as their compass roses. Their
Mhm.
navigational formulas. You can actually set your calipers on them to calibrate a unit of distance for measuring how many days travel it is in the Sea of Fangs.
Wow.
A little touch of home for Merkala.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say it felt like home because it's a little crypty, but yeah, even more so. Why is there Bazoran shit here though in Rockter?
This is just like when we found all that Forosan stuff in the Lich's estate, the Lich's villa.
He didn't say if his family bought the manor when it had this, or we don't know how long it's been in the family. If this is his family line,
This might
or
not even be.
I think it's
where-
older.
This might not
They-
even
they
be
probably
where
bought the
stuff
house
is.
That's my thing. I was like, we know Sister Barrett put it in the basement, but and also there is a secret room, but we don't know that the
Mhm.
sister put the chest in the secret room.
She might not have even known about it.
But because this is feeling maybe possibly older than the family that resides here. Eldine's gonna hang out, give us scritches.
Totally. Yeah, totally. And
Yes.
Dusk is glad for the attention and also trying to sniff at what's under the door. The wooden door.
Can Eldine get?
Can we give him a little perception check?
I'll say he made it.
Okay.
Seems like he's reacting to like a varmint or food.
Don't y'all share senses in a way?
No,
that's
we don't have
different.
that
Okay.
connection.
Oh wait, I got crazy animal handling. Got a +5 on animal handling. Maybe Eldine's picking up on something. Dusk is.
He smells something under the door. Yeah, absolutely. He smells some. He's pointing and indicating. Like a hound
I don't
dog.
want to.
The Drake
Yeah.
Warden is completely unclear of whether or not he can actually speak. Wouldn't it be funny if he could and he just hasn't this whole time?
I like it as a function of intelligence. At a certain point, he will.
Sure.
His intelligence is 8. It just says languages Draconic. I thought it would say whether or not he understands or speaks it, but it just says languages Draconic. So
Are you telling me that there's some 5e class functionality that is left for the DM to flesh out?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
somewhat vague. Interesting.
No, that
Okay.
seems unlikely. Eldine is going to mention down the hallway, down the secret corridor, that Dusk is very interested in this southern door. But it just could be a dead rat.
I want to know what's behind door number. Well,
We're
whatever.
already this far down
Yeah.
here. We're
I
already
know,
this
I
far
know.
down. Like, as a player, I want to know what's down door number secret. But Eldine does not want to fuck around behind door number secret.
I think at this point, Merkala will give the command in Draconic for Dusk to come.
Okay.
And be a little bit more sterner with it, because you don't want to open a. I mean, meta. Nick doesn't want to open a door full of baddies while we're in a magically trapped
All right.
corridor. So,
Dusk, with some hesitancy, obeys the command and slinks up.
he can fly, so
How long can he sustain flight?
indefinitely as long as I'm not riding him. He is 40 feet.
Then he is flying in above the square next to you. He'll probably take a path similar to Flick's.
Question mark. Sorry, do we want to make upside down mean, like, should he be upside down or cattywampus?
No.
He's not on the ground?
I just know that the right hand column is basically flying, and
All right.
upside down
I'll
means on the
I'll
ceiling.
stop helping now.
I mean, there's height flight indicators, but the ceiling's not really high enough to require them.
I don't know there was indicators. That's pretty cool.
It's an extension. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn you.
Might be useful for certain rats on Thursday nights.
I need to find out if there's a Pathfinder /3.5 equivalent.
I hope there is. That would be awesome. Because my witch can fly. Sorry, wrong game.
With Dusk taking off after with Merkala's command, Eldine's gonna back up a little bit just so she's got better line of sight on the other two doors, along with the secret corridor. Everyone has charged down besides Eldine.
Wait. Who that?
I appreciate the backseat troubleshooting. It's not the camera. Thanks, though.
Noise.
We turned it off and had the same background squelching noises, so it's picking up from something else. It could actually be the video card that has a microphone on it. It hasn't been. There's no reason for that to be it, but I can't rule it out until I reboot.
We love live troubleshooting, so in the meantime, DM Asmo gets a minimal voice on the stream apparently, and we are very sorry, y'all.
That's okay. I'm not real good at that talking thing anyway.
God dang it.
No, I mean, we can only rule out so much during.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, moving right along, you know. Hand basket's in motion, and the party is zigging and zagging, slowly, cautiously moving up the corridor. Empty, you appear to have found another one of those wobbly ones.
Right. I kick it down the chain.
This one's a little more wobbly.
Oh.
Extra wobbly.
Much wobble.
I am just too freaking curious. So, Merkala's not gonna alight to the floor, but she is gonna walk down the wall to one of these compasses. Probably the one, like directly north in front of her, and she's actually gonna study the coordinates. Like, where is it? Where is it in the Sea of Fangs that's telling her to go? She served in the Navy for a while, so.
It's not any specific spot in the Sea of
okay.
Fangs so much as it is a compass rose of a similar art style to Bazoran nautical charts. Now you could, with a set of calipers, take the measurement, but you don't see the map to key that into.
Okay, understood. So I can't really do much with it.
Correct.
All right. And I'm fresh out of Navigator's tools, so.
They are a thing. Empty, you appear to have reached the end of the corridor and found a stone door. Yes, very much like the door to a crypt or mausoleum.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see why Omlaron said it'll feel like a crypt, but I assure you, my family are not buried there.
I assure you, my ass.
So he did know
Um,
about this part.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember
Okay.
any specific instructions where the chest of demonic origin was, other than in the basement. Whether it was in the secret passage or in one of the standard ass rooms. I don't have any. I don't recollect him saying it was down here.
So I'm not sure exactly how your stick to the ceiling works from a science perspective. Don't care. Doesn't apply. But I will say, you found a loose ceiling tile as you were walking.
Like I just stepped on one?
Uh-huh. Knocked it free, and it is
Oh.
falling towards the floor, and you are standing over a white square.
Reflex the cat, or reflex, what the fuck?
You're not even
dexterity
playing!
save?
You don't even play Pathfinder!
Hey, old habits,
Contagious!
old habits die hard.
Man,
Oh.
It's contagious.
There, ignore that one. Ignore that one, Empty. Just clock that one out. Because I did not mean to send you an animal handling. I was laughing and the mouse was sloppy. Sure.
No, I found a bat, and I.
And I bit its head off.
No, you asked the bat. You caressed the bat and asked him how he felt about his cavern.
What do you think
Animal handling? Did you bite the head off? That doesn't sound
Are
like
these
animal
ceiling
handling.
tiles safe? Do we need to get an inspector in here?
I don't know
for these
about
ceiling
you.
Tiles?
Don't be rubbing any deflitter moose.
And- Yeah.
And it tumbles, escapes your grasp, and
Now we find out what happens if you step on a white
it
tile.
lands on
I almost threw a hammer at one, so.
it lands on the white tile, and all is calm for just a moment. And then you hear and see the panel actually depress into the ground ever so slightly. And every other, or I should say, every odd, the right column all pop up and begin to deploy small blasts of fire.
Oh, yikes.
I'm just going to go ahead and add this to the combat tracker and show where the fiery blast portion of the traps are. And
Oh right, because there's alternating mechanisms, so it's only half fire. There's half some other bullshit we haven't found yet.
well, it's fire first. So, Empty, I love that you're trying to run for the door. I'm going to go ahead and share this view because y'all are comedy galore. and the fire, all of them pop up and begin deploying gentle puffs of fire. I say gentle puffs, more like rhythmic pulses of fire.
Oh, I go ahead and light my pipe on that. I'll just sit in the corner for a minute while these other idiots get their way here.
There we go. Perfect. Hopefully that's still working for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and select everybody in the corridor. Congratulations, Teller. You're actually out of danger for once. And I applaud you for that, because you are voted most likely to fall down and make a death save in the party.
Go.
No kidding.
It's the hooves.
Them hooves on them rickety cobblestones.
And I'm sending out across the universe love and well-wishing and dexterity saving throws. I made one for
lovely.
Made one for dusk. And it's a lot of fire. The corridor illuminates with gouts of flame. The little test puffs were just the fire waking up, and then it streams out fire. Go ahead.
Blix is going to reflexively cast Absorb Elements as a reaction on himself.
Aim of Merkala.
Okay.
And so it's going to absorb...
Well,
let me see how much it does.
it's resistance, so you half.
Oh, yes, I get resistance to fire. So I guess half.
Okay.
These are some save, y'all. Do you see Dusk rolled a 22 and failed?
So it shouldn't have failed. The DC is only 15.
No, he made it. He
made it. Okay.
That's Mirkala's fail. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So instead
So
of...
I rolled a 1? Yep.
No,
Me
you rolled a
too.
Rolled a 1.
13.
He rolled a 1.
I done
Oh
rolled
no,
a
there's
1,
empty
kids.
pockets. Yep.
Yeah, no, Empty and Flex, did they both roll ones?
Mhm.
Kids, y'all. Can I share some inspiration if y'all ain't got no luck to go around? Because that's not great.
One of the house rules I had for my home game
I'll take
was
it.
you can give each other inspiration, but you have to be within like sight of each other.
That's fair. Eldeen stand way the hell over here. So
And then I used a
can't really
lethal
do
weapon
that.
4 metaphor to explain how that works,
And
No.
was that effective?
and eventually,
May I actually move or do something, or are in some sort of initiative? at this point?
we're in some sort of gout of flame, and I'm just checking. So instead of taking 24 damage, you will take 12. Is that correct, Merkala?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Same for
Okay.
Blix.
And the same for Flicks. All right. And after that, the columns go back to puff, puff, puff of flame and lower back into the floor.
Okay.
But then the other row of columns rises up and attacks everybody adjacent to a star of that sort. Or
There's no action available in between any of this?
it's kind of simultaneous.
Okay. Okay.
The trap was triggered, and it is a multi-stage trap. But it's just once. Hang on, I want to turn off the gout of flame noise.
No bonus action available?
Well, we weren't actually in initiative. We were just walking about.
True.
Y'all didn't do that bad. Empty.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, Empty, you're about to take 24 points of damage. I'm still tallying up the damage from the fire. And Dusk made the save.
Yeah. So he took 12.
Okay.
He's a good boy.
All right, y'all.
Oh, so good.
You know,
He has 5 more max hit points. I didn't have a sheet.
there we go.
Thank you.
I'll drag him to you so that you do for the rest of the time. the blades pop up under Dusk, near enough to Merkala, under Flix, near enough to Empty. So these columns rise up and deploy a number of circular saw blades that cover everything adjacent to them and on them.
So rude.
Is this an attack roll?
It is not an attack roll, it's another saving throw.
Okay.
It is a... Oh no! I'm sorry, this one is an attack roll.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Would I be able to use another reaction spell?
You already used your reaction.
I know.
That's a no. Good news is it's less likely to hit you because of that. So Whirling Blades against Empty. And it's a miss. Whirling Blades against Flick. Flicks. Suddenly you were about to lead an Ant Uprising against Grasshopper Oppressors. One of my favorites. Alright, there we go. Except keep in mind it's multiple P's and multiple F's. Lots of P, lots of F.
Mind your P's and F's.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And Mirkala, here comes your attack roll. And that's a miss. And against Dusk. Also a miss. And then that sets in there. If you'd like to roll initiative, you can, but after a moment's hesitation, it seems that the corridor is calm. But if that's what you were looking to set
Okay.
wrong on every stepping on, it only took about a 5-pound piece of marble to set that off. What
Okay.
do you do?
Merkala calls to Dusk and Draconic. Basically, a command word just means get ready. He lands on the tile that he's on. She steps over and falls and lands on his back. She's gonna ride him through the corridor.
Okay.
Yeah, looks also not risking that shit. He's gonna fly the rest of the way.
Okay. Teller, Eldine.
Chilling.
yeah, I'm great over here.
Safely chilling.
Eldine, catch any shenanigans up these other two doors, or are they just behaving themselves, staying closed?
Sometimes a door is just a door.
Well, that's exactly what I
That's
want,
true.
because my whole
That's
damn
true.
party's trying to catch themselves on fire and get shredded to bits. So she'll stay here and watch.
Not to remind you of my own consequences, but I didn't get my damage from the blades.
Oh, I hit you, didn't I? My bad.
Mhm.
Thank you. I appreciate,
There was one
I
failure. in
appreciate
there,
the
yeah.
honesty.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I will go ahead and drop some whirling blades on you. Where's this particular one? There it is.
Actually, well, Eldine is chilling back here. She's going to take a moment to swap out weapons from the longsword to her crossbow.
Okay.
And I know we're not on initiative, but she go ready in action. If either of these doors open and anything comes through, she's going to shoot it.
Okay. Okay. Understood. You have a loaded crossbow.
Even if it's friendly. Ready to peg anything
Holding
that
an
comes through either of
action.
these doors. Yeah.
Or whatever. We're not an initiative, but still.
Gotcha. Okay.
Y'all running down for some full shenanigans.
You all went down the obviously trapped corridor.
We
You
got
ran the
you.
wall. You ran. LD is like, I bet there's something here. Boop. Oh, you. Okay. Do your thing. Auntie back here. It's fine.
Hmm.
It just looked fun.
Empty dashes to the stone door,
Mhm.
back up against it, presses a hand against himself. Black energy sort of courses through him from the Shadowfell, and he gains like 4 more hit points.
Are those
Because he
temporary
casts
hit
Cure
points?
Wounds on himself.
Cure wounds. Awesome.
First time he's ever cured himself. It happened.
Well,
I
Well-
did it mechanically already.
oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you back.
Oh, no, you can go ahead. It's cool.
No. Keep you honest. That's worth inspiration. I gave you inspiration for healing yourself for the first time since you accepted the dark gift from the other side. And as you do so, this stone door silently moves, as if it's perfectly counterweighted, and silently opens.
I think he was trying to, like, after he cured himself, smoke some more Zolfane. He's like, I'm not ready for this. Just let's get some Nilo. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Flix, you fly in, and you see a shimmering purple, almost as if some magical light is being reflected off of like a swimming pool on the ceiling and all around in a very aquatic fashion. And once this door is open, the smell that greets yours and Empty's nostrils is one of brimstone and burnt hair and roadkill. And you hear it sounds like
God damn it, y'all.
very fast, high speed hooves.
Oh, interesting.
And there's a grunting noise. It's very musky in here now, very animal, very barnyard rot.
Definitely demon, not devil.
Maybe.
Don't like being without my
Go
party
anyway.
for this.
And Flix, you're having a little trouble. What do you got going on for visibility? Tell me about your senses.
So for my own senses, they're normal, but I do have my manifested tome, which is emitting a bit of a dim light, 10-foot radius, and that lets me see in dark vision with a range of 60 feet around it. So I would have it be following near me pretty closely at the moment.
That's rather sophisticated. I'm going to drop a light spell on you as the equivalent. I know that you got 60 feet of dark vision. We could put that on your character sheet and assume that you always have that. Like we can just write it in and it'll work. But as you look up, you realize that to the left is a larger chamber, and judging by the little indication of lights you see reflecting, there's some sort of non-natural light source in there that is just pulsating out. But looking up, it looks like there's an extended corridor to the north and multiple ways into this larger chamber.
Yeah, as soon as I see them disappear into a mysterious doorway that's kind of out of my vision, I'm just gonna ride Dusk through on the black squares, if I can, through here. He has 8 squares of movement, so.
You sure can, but your steps will be as likely to... I mean, you're going to step on the wobbly one too, or step on
Okay.
a wobbly one between here and there. So that will be you making the saving throw.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, if you fail it, I'll let you use your animal handling to try to make it. How's that sound?
Okay. All right.
Okay. And good luck. We're all counting on you.
No pressure.
Not at all.
I'm
Not-
spending a point of luck to give myself advantage on this roll.
I applaud that. And you made it. So the wobbly ones can also set off the mechanism surprise. But any weight
So
on the
the
white
reason
tiles
why I
will set
mounted
it off.
the reason why I mounted Dusk is because while mounted, I can force any melee attacks against Dusk to target me instead, no action. And whenever he has to make a dexterity save and would take half damage on a fail, half damage on a success, while I'm riding him, he takes no damage on a success. So, because I'm a badass
Nice.
mounted warrior.
That is good. I like that a lot. I would describe it as wibbly wobbly, but not timey wimey, because it is
Okay.
not a magical trap. It is strictly mechanical.
While I can't. Obviously, there's lots of things going on. Hearing weird hooves and barnyard smells, but like, does this look like? Does the around a Bazoran crypt's gonna have a very specific look? Does it look like? Does even the crypt look Bazoran, like the doors and the?
That's just it. As you get up there, you're thinking in terms of Bazoran architecture, which this corridor does resemble. Black and white marble, fire and blades. There's a motif here. The architect of this underground complex was Bazoran. But as you look past the stone door into that chamber, you stop thinking in terms of crypt and start thinking in terms of vault. Eldine, I'm going to let you take a free shot with your crossbow because something is wriggling its way under the door.
Great. Which door and what am I shooting?
The southern door, and it looks like a big rat whose back end is a little too big to come out from underneath the door. So they're having to try to drag their ponderous backside through the
I'll
underside.
shoot a rat. I missed a
You
rat.
missed the rat, but you hit the door. And the rat scampers back in there and leaves behind a few crumbs that were on its whiskers. And it looks like a night at the fair. The fat rat was unable to get through the door. He was smaller when he went under the door the first time. So you found the cheese store.
It's a smorgasbord. It's hard. It's so hard.
Well, it is after the lights have gone down. After the... Yeah.
I love you, Tom.
There
I
in the
love
ground
you.
can be found. saving throws.
Thank you for coming to our impromptu performance of a short snippet of Charlotte's Web.
That's my character
Templeton's-
in
Yeah, I
the
know.
Thursday night game is Templeton the Rat Folk Witch.
Well, and Templeton was my short term nom de race in our also short lived Starfinder campaign.
Yes.
Gadget had to dress up and be a
Yep.
racer boy.
The
And it was
Isoki
Templeton.
or Yosoki was that's part of the inspiration.
Yeah.
For-
So Charlotte's Web was not. I don't have any strong emotional ties to that by any means. I'm very sorry I shot Templeton in his fat rat ass.
You did not. You missed.
No,
You
I
hit the
didn't. I
door.
hit him in the door.
You hit him in the
Templeton
door.
is continuing.
Right in the
Hit him in the
portal.
door. He is continuing his feast.
He's got a wicked case of perforated portal. Back to the away team. Teller, are you sure you don't want to try tap dancing on some landmines? I mean some.
Teller leans back out the door and he's like, "Coffee, tea, goblin grog. Nancy, you good out here?"
You heard the crossbow go off.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a thick rat. I missed him. We good.
Well, I can't hear our people anymore, and it's starting to make me nervous. We might want to creep our little asses down this hallway here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just drink a potion of regeneration and run. No, wait. Fresh out.
Fresh out.
That's how we used to find traps in 2nd edition.
I could always go back to Eldine, burn a level 4 spell slot, and just teleport her back, but
No,
that seems a
Eldine
little
and-
wasteful.
I think so. If we're heading up here, yeah, Eldine and Teller will probably come around if that's what the party's calling back. Or
Ain't nothing but a game of hopscotch.
we'll get this.
Just be careful where you
Y'all
throw the
got
stone.
this.
Next 4.
All right.
All right, who was first?
It's like Eldine's going first.
Awesome. All right. So you make your way, and that's when you find the first wobbly one. And you definitely smell some burnt naphtha in the air. There's this chemical scent. But let's see if you make the saving throw. This one's not too bad. First wobble. And you made it.
Eldane's got 15, clears the first wobble.
And I'm just gonna move you up. Like
Appreciate you.
Yep, perfect, thank you.
We've solved
We know
this
where
encounter.
I'm going.
We've
Oh,
s-
you could save me steps. I'm fine with that. As long as you saving me steps doesn't put me in death or in saving throws. Yeah.
No. I like when dice are visibly the culprit. All right, here comes Teller's dexterity save for the wobbly one. You're fine. Dean moves up to the next wobbly one. This one's a little tougher. Talking about a 13 is what you need, and you roll a 1.
But look at all this luck that I
Look
still
at
have.
all this luck.
I'm so glad I have this luck. Let's go
Just
ahead and
stick with
burn
it.
I will send you another one.
one
There you
of
go.
those right quick. That's.
Oh.
Can I burn another luck or can I burn an inspiration? What's the
I don't
rules?
think you can spend 2 luck in the same turn, but I think you can still spend inspiration for a reroll.
All right, I'm burning an inspiration then
Okay.
because 2 is
You
not
rolled
that.
a 1 and a 2, and I gotta tell you, if you roll a 3, everybody in this corridor
know.
is about to have a bad time.
Motherfucker, I'm trying. Motherfucker, I'm trying.
I know. That's enough.
Much
Okay.
better.
That'll do. That'll
right.
do, pig.
Then I will leave everybody where they are. Teller, as we roll initiative, don't do it yet, but as we get into initiative, you'll still have to make that save to finally leave the hallway. You know what I mean? Because Eldine's currently
Right.
on the last wobbly one. All right.
I'm gonna see if I can't figure a way around that. But yes, carry on.
Totally, yeah. Merkala and Flix have it solved just by the ability that they're
You got one of them their flying spells,
something
Teller?
like that. All right, it's initiative. And it really is. Oh, this is exciting but scary. Don't want to spoil it for the party, so I'm just gonna move some stuff over here and move some stuff over here because coming to investigate what all the noise is a curious creature
A miniature pony?
that can. It's not a pony.
Does he
Aww.
no, but more importantly, does he want scritches?
That's so cute.
Lil
He,
Sebastian.
he probably wants more an ointment because he appears to be a lanky
Eldine and Teller can work up an ointment.
goat man
Ew.
covered in pustules and surrounded by the buzzing of bloat flies.
Hello, Beelzebub!
As it looks
Yum.
down the corridor and makes an inhuman guttural noise and clicks very fast on its goat-like hooves. All right, cool. Eldine, how perfect that you've got the opening banter, because you go first. I don't know how that happened, but it appears to have happened.
I don't
Yeah.
even see him.
That's no, I can't see him either.
Oh, I'm about to put him on the map. Because he is visible. Where's the square?
All right.
There we go. There he is.
Eldine talks shit as a free action.
Noted.
And it says, Beelzebub, you son bitch, what you doing down here guarding a chest in a basement? You ain't got nothing better to do? You get demoted again?
I really like that.
It's just mockery with the shit you talking over there.
And this is you peeking around the corridor to say all this.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that was a free talking. That was a free action, just like you said, for shit
A
talking.
free shit talk action. And Eldian will move forward, hopefully, maybe around this corner.
I'm just gonna throw this out there right now. Can I burn the inspiration that I got on that initiative roll? Assassin stuff.
I feel like it's not too late because talk of shit's a free action. But I ain't the DM here, so.
I'll allow
I didn't know
it.
what I was rolling. I was like, 14, what?
I'll allow it. I'll send you another
Okay.
initiative roll. I know you take personal umbrage if you don't go first.
Oh,
Okay.
the dice have spoken.
They sure have.
Oh, boy, they have.
It looks like Eldine has moved into position. And Smack Talked definitely got the attention of the Bulazao. What is it if it's not identified? Unidentified creature, that's boring. It's a demon. You don't know its true name, but you know its false name. It's a Bulazao. Some fun flavor text while you
I think as a
Okay.
bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and apply the Hexblade's Curse. Curse his bitch ass as a bonus action.
Ew.
It laughs and as it does, some green foamy spittle hits the ground and sizzles.
And start with an oldie but a goodie, Eldritch Blast. That looks like a hit. I believe I get 2 of those.
Why was the second one so juicy?
Ah,
I guess it should have been a either.
You're gonna have to re-roll the second one because you rolled 2d20.
Yeah.
it's not my intention. Let's try that again.
Alright, so you got one hit from the Eldritch
Yeah,
Blast.
but fuck it, we're gonna burn another luck.
Okay,
Yeah.
won't need that later.
Nope, definitely not. Go big or go home.
Password of the server is not death saves or anything.
No, nothing like it. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, not smart about my character sheet. Don't mind me.
It's okay. Y'all are freshly minted 8th level.
That one is a hit though, so that'll work.
Let's see some damage.
That's
Okay.
some nice damage.
Yeah, it is.
And oh, that's what I didn't roll the damage on the first one, right? Oh, let's roll. I can do this.
I believe in you. How about some fight music?
There you go, Beelzebubbles. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Yeah, that was another attack.
It's
Plus
not what
you
I'm
rolled
trying to do.
2d10 for that first damage, and I don't believe that's how that works for Eldritch
No, I think you
Blast.
rolled both your damages together, actually.
Yeah, you're rolling a lot of dice.
Because it's a D10 each. But you have 2.
Oh, that's where I'm getting mixed up.
So I guess
I'm breaking shit. Sorry, you're welcome.
I mean, the damage is almost the same between them, so you might as well just keep either one and get rid of the other.
I did.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
No, I'm gonna stop touching things. Is my plan right now. With the exception that I'm gonna go ahead and advance the tracker. So it's Teller's turn.
It's Teller's turn. He looks at that wibbly wobbly action that Eldine just did with the on that last tile, and everybody held their breath, and then she got it together. And he just says to himself, "Nah, fuck that." and wraps around his body his garish cape of red, tinged in gold. I gotta turn down that battle music. Pardon me for a second. There we go. And he's gonna go ahead and burn his daily dimension door on this Cape of the Montebank, and he can barely see a nice little sliver line of sight. Let's see, will it let me move? We're gonna go somewhere like that. The magic disappearing, reappearing teller. And that is, I believe, an action. So that's a full action. Let's see here.
I think it is. But I like that it leaves behind a puff of brimstone because it's actually a demonic. Abyssal magic is what's needed to make one of those.
Yep. Vanish, reappear.
You just nightcrawled all over the place.
I did. Bam. Straight up. We could also, if it comes down to it, try chucking this dude in the hallway. Just FYI. But, can Teller take a
I mean, that would be fun. Throw him down the
Would be
hallway.
nice.
You take pot shots.
slam the door behind him? It'd be pretty good. Can Teller take a peek around this corner?
Yeah, I'll let you move up and move back down. Go ahead.
There's that. Oh, there's another one. Whoop.
Another feature that you
Fantastic.
saw was a pool of water that was rippling on the top and lit from behind and reflecting some sort of foul brazier light.
Well, that's not good. Let's see here. All right. Teller will. I think he's just going to chill right there for the moment. With that action going, that's going to be the end of it for now. But he's clear of the hallway. So, next turn.
It's time for the Bulazao. He astonishes you with the speed in which he moves, because with his swift hooves, he clickety-clacks on the tile floor and jumps over you.
Rude.
They have a standing leap, and I will say this though, Eldine, if you want to take an opportunity attack, it does move through squares you threaten.
Still have my crossbow. What's my
Nah,
what can I
you
do
have
for
crossbow.
opportunity attack?
You kind of need a melee weapon attack.
You only need
Right.
only melee.
And I had the crossbow on. It didn't specify that I changed it, so I don't think I
You
get
can club
one.
him with the crossbow. I'll let it be a makeshift club.
Okay. How do
But
I?
if you-
What's the?
But if you roll a 1, you break your crossbow because it's not meant to be.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I would club that bitch with the crossbow.
Then-
Eldine will absolutely club that bitch with the crossbow. What do I roll for that?
Just go ahead and make your attack roll as if it was your sword. He is still cursed by you. And then it'll just be a D4. But
That
don't worry
weren't
about
shit.
it. You missed. It's okay. And he jumps to here, triggering the hallway of traps.
So rude.
Also fit to get its ass beat by my whole party. So
True.
I'm
but
curious to see
it's-
how this shakes out.
He
Whether
doesn't
that was
seem
really a good bet on his part or not.
Also, I thought that spot wasn't part of the traps.
Oh, it's not. Thank you for the
Okay.
reminder. He does jump to here. No, you're
Just
not-
to get his
you're
ass
not-
beat without
you're-
any triggering.
He can still use his barbed tail on Urkala. And he misses. But as he sits there, you hear the sound of his pustules erupting.
That is so fucking nasty.
And another one
Also,
runs.
what are the odds he's immune to both fire and slashing damage?
Guarantee you he's immune to poison.
This Bulazao runs up and attempts to slash his barbed tail at Teller.
Oh, he sees me.
And he hits you.
Teller will call on the protection of his grandmother's shawl and cast a shield spell.
Okay, thank you. What's that make your armor class?
25.
High enough! Okay. You also smell the stench coming off of him. Cool. And you hear this sizzling, popping, roiling, boiling noise, like a cooking pot that has instantly come to boil, and the entire chamber is filled with steam because whatever's in that pool has activated its skin. And everything is now
The
kind
skin
of
of
hard to
fogginess?
see. It's all steamy in here. And Alnar, the Grand Viper of the Pit, emerges from his watery domain.
What the hell?
Exactly right, Flix.
So,
Please tell me you
yeah,
have Banish memorized.
Oh yeah.
it moves into the corridor and attempts to bite Eldine with its fiery fangs. It snaps at you faster and faster and faster. A flurry, if you will.
Doesn't it just?
The first one connects. The second one crits.
Remember, you can use your luck to make it re-roll a d20.
Its
I ran
third
out of luck though.
attack.
Fuck.
When it multi-attacks, it makes 3 fiery fang attacks. And it misses with the last one. And it's Empty's turn. That
Pass.
is an abyssal flame serpent. A grand viper of the pit. That is the demon. The other two are incidental. Or the original inhabitants.
I mean, honestly, just shoot or kill whatever you like, Empty. They're all assholes.
Oh, that's not what I'm doing at all. Okay, so action is going to be bless. So fuck, I have never actually done this. I don't know how targeting works in Fantasy Grounds, but I can do 3 people, so that would mean clear
So
targets. Target mode. Right? Eldine. Yeah, it's 15 feet.
And then target mode again. Your next person.
Oh, for
Target
fuck's
mode
sake.
again.
I literally
Yeah.
have never done this before. Give me a break.
You got to target them individually. Yep, was the other
Alright.
option.
Wait, we got him? Wait, we got, how do I even tell? I got Eldine. Okay. Yep, I clicked it. And then, sorry guys. You gotta do it for the first time at some point.
That's
Mhm.
definitely not Empty Pockets.
Never
Pockets.
used it. Did that work, or do I need to drag it onto something?
No, you've done it. You've done it.
No, it looks
Okay.
like you did it in the chat
Okay.
scroll.
And then, that was my bonus action.
That was your action. Very good.
is
Thank you.
Shield of.
Cast and bless for the cleric in the party.
Huh? Eldine, how you doing over there?
I'm middling. It's not that bad. It's not critical yet.
It's not
Worry
that
about
been
killing this shit. No, don't worry about
Not
it.
a lot of
Worry
stuff
about
I can
killing
do as
these
a bonus
assholes.
action. So
I mean, if you got some
I'm gonna do it.
of them HPs, I'll get them, but
Uh,
not priority.
yeah, it's not quite, but
You almost took one too many hits with the snake.
what the fuck? Okay. All right,
Yeah,
here we go.
almost, but not quite. Almost
Hey,
got some
oh,
horseshoes
shout
and
out
hand
Aladdin.
grenades.
I'm trying to drag Shield of Faith onto Eldine to take +2 to AC for Eldine. Theoretically, if it takes.
It looks like it did.
Looks like it did. I see that in my IFX. so-
Cleric shit. See,
Sweet.
I can do other things.
Well, thank you, Empty.
And then we're in a murder hole. I have movement. Good lord. I didn't think that far ahead.
You do
Yeah,
have no
movement.
way of avoiding attack of opportunity at this point.
Yeah,
though.
that I don't think
No,
it's
I
worth the
don't.
movement for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm just doing nothing.
Now keep this bitch pegged
Yeah.
in, even though he
Yeah,
thinks he
I'm
has the
just
upper hand.
advancing the combat tracker by.
Oh, jeez, guys. Yeah.
I do have one question. Wait, one question before it's the end of my turn. Uncanny dodge does not apply to traps and bullshittery like that. Is that?
I don't know. I think it says damage source, but I'm not sure. Read the description of it and it'll tell you.
It says attack.
Then it's an attack. It would apply to the blades,
blades.
the blade traps, since those make an attack and the fire is area of effect.
Fire is what I took damage from, so
Way
never
too late to
mind.
apply
Carry
that,
on.
though.
I know. No, that was just so I was curious. I would
Okay.
forget.
So
Thank you.
I adjust and move to here. Dusk is underneath me. I've normally. What did you do last time?
Forgive
Just
me
push
for
him off the
asking.
side.
You're no longer on dusk.
I am on Dusk.
On a white tile, that tile is not immune to all of the corridor's bullshit.
Oh, up there is not immune.
Correct.
But I thought it ended right
Just
there.
by the doors, the two by the doors.
Never mind. I stay
Okay.
here then. Never mind. I stay here. I thought beyond this point that line was done, but okay. We know the
Have I
trap enough.
finally
to know.
challenged this party?
Oh, for sure.
Wait, finally what? Like, no. Let's back this up. Finally. Like, we've just been mopping your ass up every week until now. No,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
That's not how I remember it, nor Eldine remembers it.
Okay. First things first. I need the Jumpy Boy to make a athletics check for me. And
Okay.
it's going to be versus. I'll go ahead and just roll mine. You don't have to send it to me, right?
Okay.
Let's see. And I am using a point of luck on this. Versus 22.
Now, if I were to fail this, what would that mean for my little Bulazar?
He's gonna fall prone on his
Oh,
ass.
that's cool, because he's got this ability called Sure-Footed.
Oh.
He has advantage on strength and dexterity saving throws made against any effects that would knock him prone.
Okay. I guess he will roll it with advantage then.
That's good, because this is actually a pretty tough. And it's dexterity or strength?
You can use whatever's highest. So normally it's not save, it's a skill check.
Gotcha.
It's either versus it's acrobatics or athletics versus my athletics.
Okay.
Athletics.
That's interesting. It's the same. Alright. Wish him luck, chat. Somebody should.
He got both?
I don't. You must have targeted empty. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But we're just going to
but
take the
he
first
made
one.
it, or he no.
Yeah, he failed. Even at advantage, he only got a 20, and he needed
Okay.
a 22. So
Yeah,
you just
so
knocked the demon prone.
She has her magic javelin in one hand, her shield on the back of Dusk, and she just overbears him down onto the ground. And then she takes an attack with advantage because he's prone.
Don't forget about bless. Do we have to apply that?
It should be applying it when we do it since you added it to us, but let's see.
Okay.
I think that it will.
I think so too.
It does.
And then it's good because you hit.
And so that is a
Magical javelin.
magical piercing, and then let's see. As a bonus action, she commands Dusk to attack, and he does, or he tries.
And succeeds. Very nice. This Bulazao is having the worst day of their immortality.
And she stays put because that's the best place to stay at this point. And that's my turn.
Okay, Flicks.
Whoops. My circle moved. I was planning stuff.
I bet you were.
Oh,
I
the
bet
sacred
you were.
geometries. So, let me run by my plan by you and see if you think this can be pulled off. I want to use a new spell I have called Wall of Fire, and I'd like to make it circular in shape to try to contain me, Eldine, and Empty, and Teller, it looks like. But I don't know if it works when there's barriers in the way of the shape. So, let me draw it out for you.
I like the idea of it just going where it can go. You are pretty sure that the hell or the abyssal viper, Alinar, the grand viper of the pit, is likely to be immune to the fire it spits.
Well, here's
Wait
the thing.
for it.
I can change the type.
I know. Tell us what we want.
We want
yeah.
a Wall of Force, a level 4 version of a Wall of Force. So
That
it's a
hurts
little-
people.
A
So it's a
wall
little
of
different.
Force. Okay.
Is the Viper immune to force? No, it sounds like
the Viper
no.
is not immune to force. Few things are.
And so, the
Funny
effect would be on
that.
the outside side of the wall. And so, since it's traversing through Bulazao 1, the Viper, and Bulazao 2, I think it would get to hurt all three of them.
Okay. Once again, making that strong case for the Cool Shit of the Night award, I see. Wizard!
Flix
Wizards
does
like
as
their-
Flix does.
Wizards like their geometry.
Yeah, go ahead and target the baddies if you wouldn't mind just dropping the damage on them.
Well, first they get us to save, so.
Yeah. And they have advantage on so many saving throws, but not
Not that
magical
one.
force. So the Bulazao immediately just turns into a smear of green pus.
Bet he wishes he didn't jump into the middle of the party like that.
It's wishing a lot of things right now. At the feet of its master.
The secondary question I have is, would that essentially eject Alnar and Bulazao 2 from the circle, or are they still like in the wall
They're still
Basically.
in. It's basically dropped on
Right,
top
'cause-
of them. That's why they took the
Because
damage.
it's not a real wall of force.
Right.
Right.
On their turn, they'll have the choice of where they want to end up. But as we see, this is a good place for us to call it a night. Because we are in a fight to the death with abyssal forces. And we're looking forward to seeing how this turns out. Because the party is not, I wouldn't say in over their head. This is winnable, but they weren't starting from a position of strength. Would you agree, guys?
We're in a tight spot.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've got some thanks to give. Go ahead and let's do highs and lows. Let's talk about highs and lows. So we'll go around. My low is the audio quality. I'm going to mute myself for a little bit while y'all go around. We'll start with Nick. Tell us your high for the evening and your low character-wise.
High is getting to. I mean, the Drake Warden's so cool. I mean, I'm getting to ride my draconic mount around even in a cramped dungeon because of how they've written it. It's just neat. I just so cool. Low, setting off the trap by accident. By thinking I could be sneaky and avoiding it by walking on the ceiling. Yeah. So yeah, that's my personal highs and lows. What about you, Miss Pants?
Yeah, absolutely. I think personal high for me was Flicks once again with the cool shit of the night. Unofficial award, that wall of fire right at the end to just like boom, torch 3 baddies and protect a handful of the party. That is a lovely move. Low of the night for Eldine was watching the whole damn party charge down this booby tracked AF corridor down a secret passage. Was like, but we're just okay. I'll be here. That's what I got. From there, I'll hand it off to Kelton.
Well, I thought about that in terms of highs and lows for empty mostly. So the high definitely was she's got all kinds of weird cleric shit up in there that we keep getting into fights where it's not like tenable, doesn't work. So I think a high for him is like, oh, I can do stuff. And then the low is that like I can't see it through because the episode ended. Damn it. Also there was so much cool shit going on.
It will absolutely be a part of the next episode too. We're picking up in real time.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it done. And yeah, that was fun, kids. So Teller, bring it.
Yo, hi. I mean, Flix is killing it on this wizarding game. It turns out we could have maybe used a wizard in the party, perhaps, a few episodes
Forever
earlier.
ago?
But, yeah, but glad you're here now, killing it, killing this wizarding game. Low, I think, is definitely Eldine just catching the big bad straight to the face. That's a bad one. Teller doesn't like that. Yeah, no, not at all.
It's a lot, and it hits often.
Yeah, no, that was a single round and took Eldine for 2/3 of her hit points. Like this is some serious business here. Yeah, so that's me. Flix, did we already do you? I don't
think so.
No, I don't think so. Carry on.
Milo was discovering that what I thought was the boss in the little goat creatures was actually a minion when the Viper stepped out. But the high for me was definitely the Wall of Force. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, Wall of Force was so good.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
everyone.
proper Wall of
Well-built
Force.
characters are well built.
Yes,
Yep.
indeed. So glad to have you in the party.
And I actually said when we were talking
That's right.
before we launched, you don't have to tell me the spells you picked. I kind of enjoy being surprised by them in game. But everybody did level between the last session and this one, so we have an 8th level party, and they're kind of badasses now. So yeah, you're gonna fight pit vipers from the pit, capital the. And thank you everybody for playing. Thanks for sticking with us, chat. I really appreciate it. Even though obviously got some kind of issue we were unable to lock down. We're going to have 3PO talk, even with the curious dialect my PC speaks. But thank you, and thank you to Paul Messier for our theme song. Thank you to Kevin MacLeod for our closing music and for other music you may hear. Thank you to Sirenscape. I gotta tell you, go ahead and check it out. It's got a great trial program, and if you want your games to have professional sound, music and sound effects wise, has nothing to do with the audio garbage I was dealing with. But if you want your games to have great sound, check out Sirenscape. And thank you to Smiteworks for Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice here at Heathen Cantina. Thank you to Dungeon Draft and Dungeon Alchemist for the maps that we make. And thank you, everybody. And we'll see you next time. We're also going to see you this Saturday for Season 5 of the Ark. We're playing some Pathfinder. Our spacefaring spelljammers from the previous campaigns have crash landed somewhere on Galarian. Some people are dealing with it better than others. My barbarian's like, it's all the same to her. So look forward to seeing y'all on Saturday, and this crew will see you next week on Legends of the Kingdom next Wednesday. Thank you, everybody. Good night.